Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on Prize Picks. We got plays for college football Saturday. But first up, let's talk about the insane Friday that we just had. And I'm not just talking about the VIP, which did go crazy. I'm talking about the free plays. These were the 4 free plays that I gave out in yesterday's video. If you want, you can go ahead, pull up the YouTube video, check every single one. Every single one of these cashed out. If you put all 4 of these in a Prize Picks lay, you would have had a 10x payout. That is absolutely insane. We are sharper than anybody else on the internet reading basketball. And I told you guys, I'm giving you guys a bonus free play too. And what do you know? The bonus free play smacked also. I told you guys, come over here to the Winnable, sign up for the free plan. And what I ended up doing was dropping a free pick today. I said, we've hit a 4-1 run in our last 5 free picks. And guys, now that is a 5-1 run because we just cashed out on the Spurs -3.5. They win by 4 in overtime. Huge play for us. I think we're going to make a lot of money on the Spurs this season because they're honestly, people don't think of them as a juggernaut yet, even though they genuinely are good enough to be one of those players, right? To be one of those teams, I should say. Wembanyama is good enough to be one of those players. So last, we're coming up on a week now of nearly free picks where we basically only greened out. The only play that we've missed was Rockets Thunder. This was the opening night game, and this was the one that would have easily greened if it didn't go into double overtime. So we have been on fire, and I'm telling you guys, I'm giving you a ton of plays in this video, of course, but also dropping a bonus free play lock. If you want to get that, sign up with the link above, winnable.com/bam. It's completely free, and as you guys know, we have been cooking with these free plays pretty recently. Now, let's move in to the VIP recap. We are up 50 units since the beginning of October. I'm getting bored of talking about it, honestly, because our success is just so predictable at this point. The VIP is probably, I would say, the best that I've ever seen. This VIP, best on the internet, and this is the best time to join because you got NBA, you got MLB in the World Series, which we do a little bit of as well. We got obviously college football and NFL. So basically all the sports are peaking right now, and it's just culminating in us making a crap ton of money on the VIP. 50 units in a single month, and the month isn't even over yet. We still have a whole week left of October. So if you guys want to get a VIP for completely free for an entire week, just text me at this number right here. All you have to do is text me at this number. Just say VIP, or I'm trying to get my free week of VIP. I'll get you guys on. It is going to be very simple. I'm just going to help you sign up for one of these apps. Sleeper, Chalkboard, Better, or Dabble. I'll do all the rest of the work from there. All you have to do is text me the word VIP to this number, and I'll get you guys on. Now, let's get into play number 1 because we've got a lot of plays to get through for this game. Or should I say for this slate, I think is the correct word. But first up, we're going to the rushing yards category, and we're targeting UVA's running back, Jamari Taylor. They're going up against UNC, who UNC are absolutely terrible this season, by the way, guys. They have Bill Belichick. That was supposed to be, their big signing, I guess. It's not been great. The UNC football program, I'll show you guys what's been happening. They've only won 2 games, two wins, 4 losses, and they've been getting absolutely destroyed, right? Cal, they let Kendrick Raphael run for 80 yards on them. Clemson, Adam Randall did not play that well in this one, actually. But Cade Klubnik popped off, honestly. Taven Jackson did great as a quarterback, passing, rushing the ball, of course. This was a stupid game. But in that opening game, obviously, we know Kavorian Barnes ran for a ton. That wasn't even their main, right? Josh Hoover was actually their main player that was getting a lot of yards. But basically, this UNC team is not great. Offensively, defensively, there's a lot of holes, right? And maybe Belichick, can do well if he stays with them. I'm not exactly sure the details of his contract, if he's going to stay more than 1 year. But they've not been great, and we're going to use that to our advantage. Jamari Taylor right here has been playing a couple tough defenses, so he's been going on the under. But now his line is up at 76.5. He's going to hit this, right? It's just too easy. A line like this against a team like UNC, if you want to be even more safe, you could bump it down to 49.5, or I guess that's the only goblin that they have on Prize Picks. But what I always say, guys, just giving you guys some extra, pro tip advice, I would say, if you want to take it as a straight play, just take it right here. Put it on any of your books. Just take it as a straight play, right? If you want to take it as a parlay piece, go ahead, bump the line down, take it at 49.5, and build out a parlay of, 3 or 4 legs, whatever it may be. And then you've got a great parlay piece right there as well. So that's what you guys got to do. Play with the line to your advantage and then just use it based on the slip type that you're building right there, right? So right now, I'm just going to take him at the flat line, and we will keep on rolling with this video because play number 2, it's also pretty great. We're going to scroll down right here, and we're going to take, whoops, my thing is not scrolling. We're going to take Nico Iamaleava. So a lot of people are sleeping on this man. He's playing up against a tough defense, right? He's playing against IU. But let's take a look at everybody else's line. 200, 280, 240, 222, 158. 158. The last time his line was this low, they were playing up against the big bad Penn State University. And we all know what happened in that game, right? Let's look at this. Iamaleava has cashed this in 5 straight games, right? I think he even cashed that before that. Penn State, he only had 166 yards. But we love that, right? We're taking money over that. 158 is ridiculous. He could hit this in 1/2. I don't care how untalented you think a guy is. When you set a line this low, you just take the over, right? It's very, very simple. So 158.5. If you want to go ahead and take Gilmer on the, this was a pro tip I told, I think you guys, last time I was betting on the UCLA team exactly. If you don't want to take Nico, you can go ahead and take Quasi Gilmer on the over at 40.5 receiving yards. In my eyes, it's basically the same play because if Nico goes over, Gilmer's going to go over. If Gilmer goes over, Nico's likely going to go over. But I don't really care. If you want to take Gilmer, I'm chill with that. If you want to take Nico, I'm chill with that too. But basically, I'm not fading this UCLA pass offense, even though I don't think they're going to win the game, right? They're favored to lose by 27 points. Actually, I don't think they're going to win at all. They could, but I don't think they're going to win at all. I think they're going to keep it somewhat close. I think they're going to score a couple touchdowns. I don't think they're going to get absolutely shut down, which is kind of what this line is projecting. So let's get into play number 3. We're targeting someone who I don't think anybody else on the internet is going to be talking about because nobody really is as locked in as I am on this stuff. As you guys know, I give you the best plays always, whether that's in the big games or whether that's in a random game that nobody's going to be thinking about. That's exactly what this is. It's an absolute lock in a game that nobody is looking at. CJ Bailey. NC State's going at Pitt in this one, and nobody's really going to care about this game because neither of these teams are really great, right? They're kind of middle of the road. But CJ Bailey is that guy when it comes to getting passing yards. Hasn't hit against Wake, but then he hit against Duke, hit against VT, hit against Campbell, obviously. And then Notre Dame was the last game, and he ended up missing. CJ Bailey's line has consistently been around that 245, 250 range. I've been watching all of these players' lines, literally just analyzing their lines and seeing what happened in this one. Pitt's defense is nothing special. CJ Bailey will undoubtedly pass the ball a ton. And if we look at how NC State is really structured, you've got Smothers, who is a huge force, 78.5 rushing yards. I mean, he's obviously going to get quite a few rushing yards. But then they've got a lot of receiving threats. Justin Jolie, Keenan Jackson, Noah Rogers, who we all thought was going to be the number 1 guy coming in, Terrell Anderson, and Wesley Grimes. There's just so many receivers that, honestly, opposing defenses can't keep up with how many competent receivers the NC State team has. It's better than last season. I mean, even though I love Casey Concepcion, and he is great, doing great on Texas A&M, last season, NC State really only had 1 good wide receiver that we would just feed. We had a good tight end and a great wide receiver, right? Now we've got like 4 good receiving options. None of them, I guess, are particularly great. But CJ Bailey at 228.5, it's just too easy sometimes. So absolutely love that one. I'm going to stop talking about this game right now because everybody else is probably getting bored. They want me to talk about a bigger game, which I will go ahead and do. Let's go ahead and talk about a big game. And let's go ahead and talk about, if I can just find it on here, Vanderbilt versus Mizzou. So this one's huge. I think it's like, what is it now? 10 versus 15? Yeah. Absolutely massive game when it comes to the polls. This game's gonna matter a lot, right? Let's not sugarcoat it. This game's gonna matter a lot. So a lot of people are gonna be looking at Ahmad Hardy to be that guy for Missouri, right? And I wouldn't hate you to do that. But the problem is, it seems like Ahmad Hardy has really been stat padding, should I say, against lesser teams. And then when it comes up to playing teams that are, honestly more his level, He's dropping 50 pieces. We need more than that, right? But we are sticking in the rushing yards category right here, and we're taking Diego Pavia. Now, every casual out there, let me say that again. Every casual out there is going to click this button on PrizePicks, see these green bars, and then click this button, and they're going to ship that play. Done, right? That's all the research they're going to do. We're smarter than that. And because you guys are watching this video, you're smarter than this too, right? We're taking Diego Pavia on the under at 57.5 rushing yards. Let me explain. This Missouri defense has not allowed this much rushing yards to a quarterback ever, right? Auburn, let's see how many their quarterback got. Jackson Arnold, who's honestly not a bad rushing quarterback. He had 17 carries, right? Of course, pockets obviously count as carries, right? You drop out of the pocket, but 17 carries means he ran the ball quite a bit too. 14 yards. 17 carries, 14 yards. Ty Simpson, 10 carries, 7 yards. UMass quarterback right here, Harrison. I mean, that's not a great one to look at, but I'll show you guys anyways. The thing is, he just didn't run the ball very much. 1 carry for negative 15 yards. South Carolina, let's talk about it. One of the best rushing quarterbacks in all of college football, Lenore Sellers, 10 carries for negative 28 yards. This Missouri defense does not allow rushing yards to quarterbacks. At the beginning of the season, they played a bunch of bums, so there's not really much point in looking at all those. But Diego Pavia is by far the best rushing quarterback they've faced so far, and his line is up at 57. I think his line should be more 30, 35, 40 would be where I would put the line. Why are PrizePicks putting it up at 57? Because they know they can get away with it. They know they can. They know a lot of casuals are going to look at those 4 green bars and go, I'm going to take him on the over, right? That's all the thinking that most casual players do. And I'm not going to blame them, right? A lot of people are on just to have fun. But because you guys are watching this video, I know you guys want the best information, the best statistics, and you want to make money on this, right? You're not here to just have fun. You're here to make money, right? So Diego Pavia on the under, it's not going to be a fun play to watch. Everybody thinks overs are more fun to watch, and I got to agree with them. Unders are not that fun to watch, but unders make the money, right? So 57.5 Diego Pavia. That was our 4th play of the day, and we're not done just yet, guys. We're building this all the way out to 6, and we're going over to Mario Craver next. I've got to unclick this. Mario Craver. So there we go. Craver obviously plays Texas A&M. Going at LSU, and this one's another big game. There's just so many great games, honestly. But I like him on the over. Mario Craver right here, his line is consistently at 80 yards, right? Just consistently at 80 yards, week in, week out. Marcel Reed, he's up there as well, 230. I guess he's down 225. So his line hasn't really dropped all that much for some reason. After one meh game, not even a bad game. 34 yards isn't terrible, but one okay game. His line has just fallen off a cliff to 62.5. And we're taking every single yard of value that we can get right here because why wouldn't you? LSU is one of those teams where you could easily get into a shootout with them. Texas A&M are the 3rd ranked team in the country. 3rd in the country. LSU are the 20th ranked team. LSU are at home. This game could be very close, right? I like Craver on the over. Honestly, I mean, there's not that much else to say. LSU with Garrett Nussmeier, they're a very sharpshooting team, right? They could put up a ton of points. If you want to, try to race them to a certain number of points, they'll match you every single day, right? They are not afraid of a battle like that. And I think that's honestly what this could be like, right? I don't think Craver is going to go under this line as the number 1 receiver on this Texas A&M team. I like Concepcion too, but his line honestly hasn't dropped as much. But speaking of someone whose line has just, I used the word falling off a cliff twice, but I'm just going to say it again. Someone's line who has fallen off a cliff. It's Nick Harbor. 30 yards? Like, what are we doing, guys? People are going out there, and all the research that they're doing is taking Arch Manning on the over because they heard he's a Manning brother. Or, I guess, Manning family. Now, we're getting ridiculous lines like this if you just look a little bit deeper. Nick Harbor, 30 yards. I do not get this at all. Oh, why are we taking him on the under? Because he hasn't hit against Oklahoma? Like, no. We're taking Nick Harbor on the over. This is an insane play. Those are my 6 plays. Let's make some money on college football. Like I said, free play, bonus lock, Join the link up there. Let's win.